Hey guys, Josh, Happy Little Landscapes, back again today. 12 by 12 inch canvas. It was a recycled canvas that I painted black with Bob Ross liquid black, and then I let it dry for about 4 or 5 days. Came back in, liquid clear, scrub it with a paper towel, and then we went deep into psychedelic space, right? Showed you these really cool techniques on how to make these clouds, how to make your near perfect circles with a brush, or with a can, or with a cup, right? Cool different techniques that you might not have seen before. So if you want to learn how to paint a painting just like this one, check the description down here, see all the colors that I used, get your canvas out and your colors, and we'll get ready to get painting. I know you're excited. That's why you clicked on that link, because you want to paint something deep into space like this. So without any further ado and blabbing on by me, we're going to get started. Ready? Just like this. Hey guys, today we have this yellow-green from the MagicFly set, magenta, sky blue, purple, pink, and rose. All from MagicFly, and then we have the Bob Ross, Phthalo green, sap green, Phthalo blue, Alizarin crimson, midnight black, titanium white, a little bit Indian yellow, cad yellow, yellow ochre, and bright red. Okay, we're gonna go spaced out. Since everybody's loving these space paintings, we're just gonna make it up as we go along. Might use the cup, the Red Bull can, or a soda can, or whatever kind of cup you feel like getting dirty. Maybe a palette knife, filbert brush, 1-inch brush, 2-inch brush, maybe a fan brush we could flick some stars in. And we're just gonna make it up as we go along like we always do. Let me grab my brush, be right back. Okay, you guys know me. We already covered the canvas in Bob Ross liquid clear, right? Should say it right across my hand. Bob Ross liquid clear, right? And then you take a paper towel and you scrub off the majority of the liquid clear. You don't want too much. It's very runny and sticky like syrup. So you don't want to have too much of it on there. But we're gonna go just nuts. Grab a little bit of our titanium white, some of our phthalo green, because I love the phthalo green. And then we'll just come up and just start making weird cloud shapes, right? Maybe this one kind of flings back along itself. What I do is I take and grab some of this with the filbert brush and just bring it outwards. And that way it's easier to pick up with our 1-inch brush when we go to blend it, right? Don't want to have it too nuts. So we'll take the 1-inch brush and just going to kind of blend it out, blend it down, blend it up in this case. Pull it out this way. Do whatever you want. Just make this cool little shape. We've got our nice little dark space in the middle. Take our 2-inch brush, swipe it to the side, or this side, doesn't matter, whatever side you want to go to. Then we can come in. Who knows, we'll grab a little bit of, wipe some of that green off. Didn't clean it, just kind of wiped it off. Grab some cad yellow, maybe some titanium white. Make it real bright. And we can come in and maybe do a little bit, kind of stay in that foggy area. Maybe a little bit of space in between there. Just kind of pull it out in random sections, right? Real messy. That's what space is, it's a big mess. All right, we'll pull it down, making sure we leave some of these lighter and darker areas inside. Right, you want to have those dark areas in there. It gives the illusion of depth in our deep spaced out clouds, right? Finish the sides, finish the top, a little color up there. And that's looking really neat. It's the best thing about painting space. It doesn't have to look like anything you've ever seen before. You could literally do whatever you want, right? And I know I've said that a lot in my other space videos, but you can literally do whatever you want. And if you don't have the same colors I have, then you can make up your own colors or kind of mix them to be a certain color or whatever. Totally up to you. Totally up to you what you want to do. I'm going to take a little bit of red on our filbert brush again, just off in this far off cloud. Maybe we'll put it kind of on an angle. Just a little line of red, like a little oval, right? Sharper on the edges. We turn our brush upside down. A little oval shape back in there, right? Might be hard to see. We're going to brighten it up. Don't worry about that. Wash off our brush. We use Jasco brush cleaner around here, right? I normally do it about the 4-minute mark. This one's about the 6-minute mark. It may be about the 4-minute mark by the time we get done editing it. But Jasco brush cleaner. It's a little bit more stinky than the low odor mineral spirits, but it seems to work a little bit better when you're cleaning your brush. It gets it done quicker and more of the paint off of there. And then I've got our old beater bucket. If you've seen my videos before, you've seen the beater bucket. There's a golf ball basket down in the bottom there. I'm a painter on a budget, right? I just find stuff that works for me, and you'll figure it out when we see the plastic cup deal. Just find stuff that works. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You know, spend your money on your brushes and your paints. Figure everything else out, right? That's all you really got to do. When we switch to a smaller size liner brush, I have these micro liner brushes. I can't even remember where these are from. These are the Meeden, I guess, micro detail paintbrush set, right? It's got tons of little tiny micro brushes in it. If you can see it, that's the set that we're using today, okay? All sorts of sizes and tips and edge. Some are bent, some are, you know, all over the place. So we'll just figure it out. Okay, we're gonna come in and we're gonna get that cad yellow again, because the yellow and the red go really well together. And we're just gonna spin it, kind of spin our brush and pull it out. So we just have a little bit, just on the edge of the brush, you can see this, okay? And then we'll come in, our old trusty yardstick. If you don't have a yardstick, I suggest you get one. It allows you to touch your painting anywhere, right? As long as you're on an angle, and then you can rest your hand on it and make little details versus trying to like float over, and you know, it gets really sketchy, at least I do. So we'll get our yardstick. This time it's on the edge of our easel over here. You can put it on your canvas. Just don't lay it perfectly flat, right? Always have it on like an angle. You see that, where we're not touching the whole thing, we're just touching right here on the edge. And then we can take and just add a little bit of this yellowy color. Doesn't have to be uniform or straight or anything like that. Just kind of want to add some yellow streaks inside that red, and that'll really help it stand out a little bit. We go right into our midnight black, okay? We'll put a little black hole right at the center of that sucker. Okay, wipe that off. Then we'll get some liquid white, right? Liquid white on the brush. Start in the center of your black hole and just a little swipe out, just like that. And then come down below the edge of your red, same spot, put another shooter out the bottom of that one, okay? And I know you'll be able to see it better when we zoom in versus what it looks like to me right now. And then if you get a little bit too close, you can always just go along the edge and just clean up your lines, right? But you want one coming out from the black hole and then one coming out from the edge of your galaxy that's back there, right? Don't want the two lines to touch. You got to have distance in between them, and that way it'll look right. Right? Take it, pull it out, just sort of quick, right? Take it, just swipe it up quick, and that'll make it look like, you know, it'll get sharper at the ends on both sides, make it look like a gamma ray just shooting out of that galaxy. Take, if you wanted to, you don't have to use the, you know, the red or the yellow. You can put blue in there in different places. Just totally up to you, right? Just make it psychedelic, crazy, whatever colors you want to use. Let's see. Grab our filbert brush again. I love doing the filbert, even on a bigger canvas, right? Bigger size canvas, you can still use your little filbert brush to get these far off kind of details. All right, so we'll pick a different color. Maybe we'll go with the green, the dark sap green, right? Which might be a little bit more difficult to see on here. And we'll just have this far off little cloud of dark green over here. Let's blend it out. You don't need to really blend this one out because it's going to be dark anyway. We just kind of want a different color to bounce our brighter colors off of. Now let's go into this yellow green from the MagicFly set. It's very bright green. You can even snag a bit of our cad yellow. And you make it even brighter. All right, and just come up and get this yellowish greenish cloud off to the side back here. Who knows, maybe it comes down in here. But you want to have space in between those two clouds, right? Make it look further away. Maybe we got a bigger chunk of it over there. And that's the best part about painting space. You literally just make a mess, right, with different colors. And then you can come in very lightly, blend out your little messy cloud, right? Trying to leave space, no pun intended, but leave space in between the space, right? So you got these black areas in here where we've got this real dark, deep space, like it's far off back there. You can take some of that, just very lightly, just the color that we picked up from down here. Just put it off, like super far off cloud. You barely even see that one back there. Just to fill in that little bit of dark, right? You can leave yours dark. Like I like this real dark corner up here. And then we're going to take and we're going to throw some stars in with a fan brush and our liquid white, right? Just get a little bit of liquid white. Put along here on the side of your easel, right? Just kind of deposit that a little bit there. And that way when you go to flick it, you'll have these random patterns of stars all throughout the thing. So you'll get bigger ones, you'll get smaller ones, and it'll just be this random pattern. Makes it look really neat. Get a little bit more there. You just shoot them off however you want. Totally up to you. Then we'll go this way. Come around over here. Pop, 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 pop. However you want to do it. So now that we've got our far off stars, right, that we just shot in back there, I've noticed there's one bit that kind of clumped up right here, just a little bit thicker than normal, or the rest of them. So you can take it and pull it out as straight as you can get it, and then bam, you've got this little shooting star that's just whipping off the canvas. There we go. This one's just, it's coming in like it's going to hit something crazy. Hit maybe a planet down here or something, have this big explosion. Take a dry filbert and just get rid of that space in between stuff where it kind of deposited from our other brush. You can even take your 1-inch brush or your 2-inch brush, just swipe it up like that. This looks like a meteor shower now, with all those coming in, and they all have different lengths of tails. That's really cool. These ones over here look like they're going sideways. It's just totally up to you what you want to do. Let's get one more like really bright cloud down here. I'm going to show you. If you take, you know, a fair, like we'll start with this yellow, right? Then we'll switch to our cad yellow. So it's right on top. Then we'll go to our bright red. It's right on top of that. Now we have 3 different colors all on top of each other, all in this brush. And then we can come down over here and it'll just make this, oh, look at that color. This beautiful orange, red, yellow, all mixed in because we had them mixed up on our brush. Oh, that's a beautiful bit of color right there. This one flips out this way. Who knows? Totally up to us what we want it to look like, right? Maybe a bit more yellow ochre. Come through. Whip it down. Whip it sideways. Whip it back and forth. Whip it good. I think the paint fumes are getting to me. I'm getting a little crazy. Okay, we'll come in with our 1-inch brush. And just kind of mix them just very lightly. Again, you want to leave some darker space in there. You don't want to fill everything all the same color. Right? We're just disturbing what it looks like. We get rid of those other brush strokes. Come along with our 2-inch brush, and when we swipe with this thicker edge around the thing, it'll make these drag marks. You could swipe up if you wanted to. Doesn't matter which way you go. You could do it all over the place. You could swipe in all different directions. That way we'll get these little like foggy, kind of faded mist little drag marks across the whole thing. There we go, like that. I think we need to add some planets. What do you guys think? I mean, you could do just a far off spacey bunch of clouds like that, but I think we'll throw some planets in there. Clean off our brush. It's the fun thing about painting space for me too, is we don't have to clean the brushes a lot, right? You can just mix all these colors in together and they end up looking really neat. I love this kind of orangey, yellowy cloud. Look at the difference between the oranges and the yellows. And all we did was just kind of mix it. We just layered it on top of the brush and then went crazy and it just deposited and did it all on its own. It's the cool thing about painting. Sometimes it just happens on its own, right? And you're like, oh, you step back and oh, Now, how did I do that? Someone will ask you, how'd you do that? And you go, it just did it. I don't know, it just did it. I was just standing there, and then bam, it fell out of my brush. Okay, I'm gonna mix the sky blue and the purple right on the brush again. You might be able to see the difference. And then we'll come up here, and maybe right behind this planet will be all those shooting stars, and we'll put our can, right? You can use a soda can. In this instance, I'm using a 12-ounce Red Bull can. And then what we want to do is keep the same amount of bristles on the canvas at the same time as we go around, right? So we'll whip it around, kind of pushing hard. If you come back underneath this side, staying against the can, and then when you pull it away, bam, you get this near perfect circle that you didn't really have to do much for. We can come in, we can take that, kind of mix it in, cover those green clouds back there. Come around the edge, and that way you don't have to paint a circle all on your own, right? You get the can to kind of help you out. And then we'll just kind of fill in the rest. And you can leave it dark like that. You can highlight it with whatever color you want. But for that base color that we chose, why don't we go with a, let's see, we'll go with like a darker kind of purplish, maroon, crimson-y kind of color. I love doing like green planets, but with this one against the other greens back there, I'm not sure that I'd like it. So we're going to take the crimson and the magenta, and let's say we'll put all of our shadows on this side today. Right, just kind of circular motion like that. Almost like you're making a C, right? We'll just pull it down. Not all the way, maybe, maybe 2/3 across the planet. All right, we got our shadows over here. And I've left a little line of that original bluish color around the planet, so it might look like an atmosphere or, a little bit of air pocket that we're dealing with. It doesn't all have to be the dark shadow. That's why we put the initial base color down, right? So it would all mix in and look good. Okay, now maybe we'll go with a little bit of a brighter color since we used our magenta and crimson. The magenta is a little bit darker than the crimson is. So let's grab some little yellow ochre and some red. Then we'll come back on this side and go this way. All right, that yellow ochre might mix in with our blue kind of purpley base color, and it may go green. If yours does, don't worry, it's fine. It can literally be any color that you want it to be. All right, and then what we're going to do is grab our brighter colors and pull them across into our darker colors, and they're just going to naturally kind of blend with those dark colors, kind of crisscrossing back and forth between each other, and it looks really neat. I like that right there. You want to be a little bit brighter, you can take some more of your yellow ochre, right? And just throw some in until you're happy with the way that it looks. In this instance, our planet's kind of sitting on a tilt like this, right? You rarely ever find a planet when it's just straight up and down. So ours is kind of sitting on a tilt. So we have our lighter side down here and our darker side. So maybe the sun or the star, some light in the galaxy is casting its shadow over onto this side. But the more you mix, the more it's going to go to that same darker color. We're going to lose our brighter colors. You can get a little bit of titanium white. I'm trying to stay out of your guys' way, so if I look kind of cack-handed, that's why. And come around, almost went out of our line right here. And we'll just come across, kind of mix them about, you can go as far as you want, but the more that you do it, the more it's going to mix in with those darker colors. And we want this one to be kind of far off and not so bright, at least I do. So we'll just mix it up like that. And leave a little dark, a little lighter area, right? The glare of the light makes it look brighter than it is. I like that, looks really neat. can take our little liner brush, right, that we went back to, and put like a little ice cap at the top. The top and the bottom maybe. Just get like a little shimmer of light down here. And now our planet's got ice caps on the top and the bottom that you can barely see the bottom one down here. The top one's a little bit more noticeable. Clean off that brush. And that's really cool. I really like that. It's another cool way you can make a planet. We'll go into rows this time. And if you've never seen any of my other videos, we'll show you all the techniques. You can come over here and just kind of flatten our filbert brush out. Let all the bristles spin outwards, real flat, okay? And as long as you keep it right in the center and let those spin out, you get another near perfect circle, a dark planet way off in the distance. And take this one and we'll highlight it with yellow. And we'll come from this side. Again, the more you mix, the more color, the more your brighter colors are going to disappear. So try to do it with less attempts. Bam, just like that. Doesn't take a lot of paint to do a space scene. You think with all these colors it takes a lot of paint? It really doesn't. Come back in down here and we'll spray in some more of these stars, just real far off. Far off stars, some are a little bit bigger. Try not to hit our planets. All right, and then whatever we don't, whatever we cover will be fine. Spray some of those in there. Bam. I'm going to wipe off that edge of your palette because that liquid white, if it's real thin on there, will dry super fast and then it'll be really sticky. Next time you go to do your stars, it's going to be like, yeah. You won't be able to flick them onto the canvas. Okay, we'll swipe some of these over like they're like that. Don't want to do it to all of them. I love these ones up here where we got this little, almost like a meteor shower coming down. You want to add a little moon to your planet, just choose a color, whatever color you want. A different color than the planet itself, actually. Right onto our little liner brush, and then we can come over here. Maybe this guy's got a little moon that lives off. Let's see, it lives right off over here. A little circle of paint, all we need. And the moons, we don't really have to highlight the moons. They're very small, so you can just do a little. Just pick a color you want, make a little circle out of it. Maybe this darker guy over here has got a nice bright green and yellow planet. So we'll come over to this side, maybe pop him off. Let's say it's right over here. Right, a little bit bigger than our other one. Right, this is further away, this is a little bit closer, so the moons are going to be a little bit bigger. Maybe he's got a little blue moon back here. Totally up to you. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, a little blue moon right off the side of that sucker. You can take, if you're feeling brave, and put a little bit of a ring around this moon. Right? Just by kind of starting about 3/4 of the way up, little loop, come down around in the front of it. And then back up and connect it, and you get this cool little ring around your planet. I'll show you over here, maybe we'll go this side. Right? It's going to be like this. we got our halfway mark between our planet, right? So we'll go a little bit above the halfway, go out and around, right across him, just like that. All right, same, whoa, a little happy accident right there. It's all right, just means we're gonna make our ring a bit bigger. Just like that. That way it looks like it's connecting back around the planet where we can't see. All because our little yardstick slipped, right? So we had to make the ring a little bit thicker, but that looks really cool. All right, got this one going this way, this one going that way. Don't really want to have them do the same thing when we're in space, right? So we'll put our last big planet in down here and we'll call it a day. Maybe like right in the center, leaving some of this darker area over here. I love me some phthalo green when we're in space, so I really like to use that color. You can even see the spacey scene behind back there. So what we'll do is we'll take our bigger cup, right? Which means this planet's going to be much closer than the other ones are to us. We'll do the same thing. Start along the edge. Try to keep as many bristles, you know, the same amount of bristles on the canvas at the same time that we did. So kind of push in hard, and then boom, we got this big circle of a planet right there. And then you can come in if you're feeling brave enough. Just kind of adjust your circle just a little bit. You don't want to go crazy. You want it to look like a circle still. Mix our sap green and our phthalo green. I put a little bit of white with the initial one to make the edge kind of brighter. And again, it'll look like some atmosphere around the planet. This way. Then we can decide how we want to highlight it. Right, around again, making our atmosphere the same kind of thickness all the way around. And again, you could leave it this one color, but it will look very flat. That's why I like to put different colors with it. Maybe with this one we can throw some purple on there. Purple will be like our shadowy color. Looks kind of cool. We'll grab a little bit of that rose color too. And this kind of pinkish, purplish bit of our planet. Again, trying to keep some of that layer around the outside for our atmosphere, right? And this will be our dark, shadowy side. Throw some of that magenta in, and it gets real dark down here. Again, trying to keep some of that green atmosphere around the edge. Test your sturdy-handedness. And if you can keep the same layer of green around the outside, then you're doing a great job. Back and forth till we like the way that it looks, right? Bring it about halfway to 3/4 across our planet, and then we can come back in with a different color. I mean, you can even leave it like that. It looks amazing. You'll take some of that yellow and the mid-yellow from the MagicFly set. Again, we're going to stay along the edge, right? Trying to leave that atmosphere. Drag some of that yellow across there. Put it on real thick if you wanted to. I mean, you could use a palette knife for this too if you wanted. But we'll stick with the filbert brush today. Remember, every time you go across that dark and you come back, it's going to deposit some of that dark over here, which is fine. You can bring some of that dark and put it in different places, right? Not going to make a difference. It's going to give it a little bit more depth, a little bit more shadows, right? Take our 1-inch brush, again trying to stay along the side. Making these little J motions this time since we're on this bottom side. We'll just flip it up, like so. This side, come down. Doing our C, doing opposite things, right? We're coming down this way or going up this way, right? This is exaggerated, what we're doing, but sort of like that. Right? And we got this darker side to our planet, a little bit of a lighter side, and then we get this green like atmosphere around the whole thing, which is really neat. Maybe every so often we get like a wisp of cloud across the thing. Right? Like there's some clouds just shooting across the planet. Totally up to you. Whatever you want to make it look like, that's what it's going to look like, right? That looks really cool. I really like how that one came out. Throw a big honking moon off of this guy. Right? Just by twisting the brush. Trying to stay inside of our circular line, right? This moon's got pink on it. Do our lighter side right there. And it's like that. It could be really quick, be really easy. Whatever you want to do. Maybe he's got a little blue. Let me do like a little blue guy, but he's only half. And he falls off the canvas over here. Right? Just a little bit of a guy down there. And we can even just take the white and do like just a little bit of it. Right? We don't want to go nuts. Just kind of pull it down just like that. It's real far off faded. You know, you can't really tell. You can see it's a circle. You kind of know what it is down there. But that looks really neat, you guys. You can keep going and doing whatever you want to do. Maybe he's got a little bit. Maybe we don't know if this moon back here is part of this planet or part of this planet up here. We don't know. Yeah. Super cool little painting. Only took us about 35 minutes in real time anyway. So I hope you guys like this one. I enjoyed painting it. You know, share it when you do your version. I can only reach so many people, guys, so I'm counting on you guys to reach the rest and bring them all to the channel, just so we can paint, me and you, every day, right? The more people I get, the more, you know, free videos I can make you. The more times you guys go to etsy.com/shop/happylandscapeart and buy, you know, a pillow or a t-shirt or a print, or, you know, I have flip-flops now. I've got phone cases. I've got all these things. The more things that you guys buy from the shop, the more canvases I can buy, and then I can bring you guys more free videos, right? Keep on these free videos, you gotta go get something. And that'll help me buy more of these so I can bring you more of these, right? More of these videos. So, again, I hope you guys like painting this one. I really enjoyed it. It was a nice little quick one, 12 by 12 inch canvas, and you know, it would go perfect in the bathroom. You could do whatever you want, wherever you're gonna put it in your house, whatever colors you wanna use, that's what you're gonna paint, right? So, again, I've had fun. Hope you guys have had fun, and we'll see you on the next painting. Bow! And this is the part everyone loves, the bloopers, right? How many times can Josh screw up? In one video, let's find out. And we hit the canvas and just bam, went deep into space, right? Oh my God. Others showed you these cool techniques with cups and cans you can use to make these 12 by 12 inch today. Nice. I am losing my mind. Maybe it's the paint thinner, I don't know. That was a good one. I like that one. Vogue. Right? Okay, serious this time. That's why I do this, because I'm like, that was dumb. Don't do that again, ever. Back again, 12 by 12 inch canvas today. It's a, you know what? That's it. Cut it. Cut it.